Hey everyone, and welcome to Ginger Prime. My name is Brian, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, Soul Nation. Thanks for being a part of the 6% who've hit that subscribe button and watched these videos. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, and you feel like this video is what earns your subscription, let me know in the comments below so I can officially welcome you to the Soul Nation. But today, it's been a long time since I've updated you on the status of Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis, as well as Episode 6, and we've got a whole heaping worthwhile set of information. So let's just buckle down, sit back, have some fun, and thanks for being here. So if you guys aren't aware, we're going to see a pre-recorded new video going over New Genesis here on December 19th. This is going to be more information, and I cannot wait to see more details about this. We have last seen this at the Tokyo Game Show in 2020, and honestly, rumors around the internet are rumors, but note that it could be very soon in terms of 2021 that we'll be actually stepping into the world of New Genesis, barring any kind of major delays or global setbacks that we've experienced so far this year. So if you guys have not seen our coverage, be sure to hit the playlist below or check out the podcast in which we are just losing our mind over New Genesis. I think it's an important point for me to kind of step in here as a gamer and someone who's been playing a lot of other games recently, namely because with the announcement of New Genesis and my levels that I put into the current version don't carry forward into the next version, I find it very difficult to want to grind up multiple levels. That's not to say that I won't plan on be returning here in a couple of weeks, just that there's just been a ton of other games that I've been really dying to play, and I'm going to take those time to play those games. If you guys have seen my YouTube content, chances are you've seen what I'm playing. But just note that I am still absolutely in love with this game. I'm very much excited about New Genesis, but the downside is that with New Genesis and having a new starting leveling perspective, it does de-incentivize me from grinding up levels in the current version, even though they are ultimately connected, and even though we'll have to wait to see how that plays out in the long run. But now it's important, I think I want to really dive into taking you guys into the road to episode 6, as well as what episode 6 is going to have for us to play. Obviously, level cap is going up to 95, and I myself am going to have to be doing some major grinding, but we have a lot of new content, and there's a couple of real surprises that honestly I was kind of shocked by. If you guys aren't, not to tease it, we knew that Phantom was going to be a part of this, but we're also getting Étoile, which is the latest Scion class, and this brings us further and further in closeness into sync with what we have over in Japan. So very excited by this aspect. So just to highlight the road to the episode 6, note that we're going to have more free upgrades, more bonus quests and bonuses, more rising weapons, level 4 rewards, login rewards, welcome back campaigns, quest linked and boosts, and as well as a social media salute. This is all going to kick off on the 25th of November. So just note, plan some time. Now, this does not give us an official release date for episode 6, but this is something that leads us into it, and you can kind of start to judge when we should see that, obviously here in early December. So it's at this point, I think it's best to dive into the content of episode 6 and what you're going to go expect. If you guys want any of this information, you want to go read it for yourself, links are always in the description down below. So it starts, so you've left the sacred magical kingdom of Kukutu and a transcendent hands of a friend and headed back to the Fleet Oracle for some much needed R&R. The only problem is that your legendary feats in vanquishing one enemy inadvertently permit an entry of another, and she's had the gall to thank you for it. As you experience on alternative dimensions, Omega taught you, the universe tends to favor recycling things through chaos often intervenes, and these recreations can be flawed. And with these newfound knowledge of your experience, the Omega may not have been historically accurate, so you have a receipt for a grim sense of foreboding. ARKS, you will again need your help and make sense of the past and preserve the future. There's going to be new training regiments as a new equipment that will be better enable the Fleet Oracle to meet this new challenge head-on when it arrives, and apprise yourself of the contents of this notice. Operatives and then dispose of this in a new secure manner. So what is new with the latest update, episode 6? New story quests, which is pretty obvious. It's basically what we were just kind of leading into, foreboding in a way. New player level cap increasing to 95, so time to get your grind on. Note that these levels don't carry into New Genesis, but do this because it's fun and you like leveling, because we all like grindy games here. New classes, Phantom and Étoile, total shock. Didn't think that was going to be coming until 2021, but tip of the hat, Sega. Thank you very much. New summoner pets, new urgent quests, new quest type, risk exploration, arms extension, new quest difficulty, Ultra Hard, new ARKS missions, new Rising Weapons badges, new enemy types, Luminmech and Ultra enemies, new seasonal events, new mission pass, exciting new titles to earn, additional recommendation quest, level up quest, new collection folders, legendary 15-star collection folder and 14-star X collection 1, new bonus quests, new practice quests, and then you have new S-Grade Augments, new 15-star weapons at Zig Shop, new 13-star units at Zig Shop, and 13-star units can save S-class Augments S6, X7, S8. A few new features have changed and deserve a little bit more said about them, so let's get started. So regarding the story, after your vicious return, or victorious, I should learn to read, battle from the alternate dimension Omega, the universe seems to be righting itself, and the massive black hole seems to have disappeared. The only remaining oddity left is to address the sudden appearance of someone bearing a striking resemblance to a recent acquaintance, who happens to call herself Shiva, goddess of annihilation. Outside the foreboding name, perhaps the most alarming is the fact that the photon arts and techniques appear to be totally ineffective at warding her and her companions off. Fortunately for initial overture towards ARKS, it was brief, though as a purpose was fatally declared war. Bolstering by an armada of her own, Shiva has deployed her forces in a standard formation directly opposing the Fleet Oracle. Through the battle space is limited, preparation time is not, and the most massive battle in history of ARKS is about to begin. So regarding the Scion-class Phantom, the Scion-class Phantom deeply uses rods, katanas, and assault rifles in a manner unique to their class. But their advantage doesn't end there, for they can quickly modify their rod or katana standard photon arts on the fly with the use of weapon action, thus resulting in shift photon art and increasing the variety of attacks that they can perform. Even their techniques, when executed with their rod in hand, provide an additional technique attack. And the hand of the Phantom and the Phantom's assault rifle is used to create Phantom bits, allowing the Phantom to continue with their attacks and photon arts while deploying bits seek to detonate upon their target. And perhaps the most impressive subsequent attack against enemies will appear the Phantom Marker, which detonates when struck with a charged weapon action. Finally, the Phantoms can earn the skill Phantom Time, which extends the duration of their invulnerability when sidestepping and reducing their PP consumption by 20% for a short time. Using Phantom Time Finish, once all the duration of Phantom Time is nearly expired, will unleash a massive attack upon the Phantom's enemies. As with all Scion classes, you will need to level 2 classes to 75 before you're able to complete Officer Coffee's class permit trial, unlocking the Phantom class. Phantoms are also unable to select a subclass. However, other classes can select Phantom as their subclass. So some notable photon arts include the Ruskofferzert, Rod Phantom photon art for Phantoms, unleash a string of attacks and let loose a shockwave, performing a weapon action change in photon arts. Warkenkrazer, Katon photon arts for Phantoms, used to drop attack accompanied by a shockwave. And Verbrechen, assault rifle photon art for Phantoms, launch a line of attack satellites as you move, performing the weapon action change for the photon art. Now you also have the Étoile. The notable fields of defense and support skills Étoile shine quite brightly when in the thick of battle, capable of wielding a double saber, which allows for increased aerial mobility, soaring blades, which grants them the ability to defend while attacking, and wands, which provides free movement and allowing the Étoile to continue on their attacks. In the hands of the Étoile, as the double saber grants the opportunity for high mobility, special aerial abilities, and the ability to accumulate focus through the focus gauge, which is spent automatically to help mitigate incoming damage. Naturally, the focus can also be spent on enhanced attack, which is up to the Étoile to determine the best of the use of their focus in a given time. The weapon action of the Étoile double saber, called Deflect, is used when active a perfect guard. Deflect can also be used to unleash a powerful counterattack, and perhaps the most notable is the Étoile's ability to use the double saber skip arts, allowing them to tailor their attack to specific parts of the photon art. Soaring Blades allows the Étoile to parry by using their weapon action. This allows them to block attacks from every direction. When even the Étoile in the middle of the photon art, Étoile Soaring Blades is also the use of the focus gauge, which can be spent on a powerful connect attack upon reaching a certain level. Building the focus gauge even more will unleash a full connect attack. Perhaps the most favored weapon of the Étoile Wand, provides the operative with a high mobility and attack to chain together naturally using the weapon's action at the right time during the use of photon arts, and will release a focus photon art, which may be a smaller in scope but far more powerful. Used on its own, the weapon action will activate a charge protect, providing the Étoile with a defense while moving, by expanding the Étoile's focus gauge. This defensive stance can be maintained longer once the focus gauge has been depleted to a certain level, and a powerful attack known as a Protect Release will occur and devastate the area surrounding the Étoile. Naturally, with this other silent classes, this class is restricted to senior operatives who have reached 75 with 2 different classes, and also like the Phantom, the Étoile can be chosen as a subclass. And so some notable photon arts for Scion includes Light Wave, Soaring Blades of the Photon art, Unleash a Barrage that blows that emit shock waves and launches the photon blade that pierces the enemy, Black Hole Rapture, Wand Étoile photon art sucks up targets into an explosion, attack changes depending on the weapon's actions, and Celestial Collide. Double Saber photon art release a giant photon blade into the enemy with a heal drop. So we get some new summoner pets. You have Herbie here, really nice. I love that. Herbie is the evolved form of Ridran, although the same rarity. Herbie has increased dexterity, and Herbie is the new personality type of that genius. When facing the boss type enemy, the personality will provide increased PP recovery, faster performance of photon arts, and increased normal attack damage. Though evolved from Ridran, Herbie's photon arts are slightly different than of lesser effects of fewer targets, and the potency of a range of mine are increased. In exchange for higher PP cost, Slash yields higher damage, and at the cost of PP, Gravity requires less PP, and Burst changes faster than the required less PP, but also deals damage. Vulcan, the evolved form as Senro, is the nature allows for higher damage and change photon arts as an altered personality. However, this is considered aggressive, and that personality reduces its critical hit rate in exchange for greatly increased damage. It also has slightly higher dexterity, defense, and HP than its lesser form. Kick's damage is highly increased at the cost of first PP, and first deals increased damage, and that Bomb Strike will do more damage compared to their Sinestro counterparts. So then you also have new recommendation quests, level up quests. There are a new entry to the recommendation quest and the quest counter, level up quests. These will also reward special presents at the end of the quest, in addition to provide an additional 200% EXP. New collection folders are on our way. Legendary 15-star folders, and that's right, ARKS, these 15-star plus 30 enhancement level weapons, and you can see them here on the screen. 14-star Eggs Collection 1 is also available. Feature pack eggs you can see as part of the list, and again, the information is in the description of this video as well. New enemy types, Luminmech and Ultra Hard. Naturally, Shiva has some new baddies to operatives at play. See below for the latest HQ information. Luminmechs are enemies created and dispatched by Shiva, Goddess of Annihilation. Luminmechs have a high power usage and heavy armor, and they have unique skills that make them a very dangerous foe. Now, Ultra enemies are native inhabitants of the Foul Spawn, and each planet have undergone an additional corruption-induced transformation, and these enemies will be encountered on ultra-hard difficulty quests. And after dispatching some Ultra enemies, operatives have reported that these have a chance that drop special 15-star weapons, similar to those dropped in Risk Exploration quests. New quest type, Risk Exploration. Explorations may have become less challenging as you became more powerful, but that doesn't mean that there aren't enemies out there that will truly test your mettle. Risk Explorations are the next frontier of ARKS HQ, and would you like to explore? But be forewarned, because these quests are only available for those who aren't afraid to take on ultra-hard quests. It takes some time, 3 days, for ARKS HQ to plan out the next set of areas that should be explored, and then these will be, and not only all simultaneously be available as normal expedition quests are, but you'll also have the more challenged and random occurrence for emergency trials as well. And they'll have more difficult goals under different conditions than those that have occurred elsewhere. You can see some different rewards listed out there as well. New items at Zig Shop, Private Relay Weapons Series, and you can kind of see them listed out here as well. Weapon extension and 13-star weapon creation. The weapons seem perfect when you first got it, but compared to some of the new items that you're picking up lately, it's not so hot. The good news is the weapon extension is now available in your personal quarters via the crafting terminal, so you can extend up to 12-star weapons can override the standard stats of those selected in the recipe. And once you've raised the weapon's extension level enough, the maximum level being 12, the enhancement level, augments, and the weapon potentials will not be affected. The higher your weapon, you'll need some materials. Most of them can be attained by dismantling 7-star or higher equipment in crafting terminal. And as you extend more items, you can attain the crafting achievements, which will unlock additional, more powerful recipes. If you're looking for an entirely new upgrade and a rare drop rate has not favored you, you can now craft 13-star weapons at the crafting terminal, and these weapons can be extended up to extension level 8. Rising Weapons Badge number 5 is being released, and you can now purchase them. Perhaps most notably, you can now purchase suites for your pet and S-Grade Augments as well. And then you can see the different lists of the things that you can get here as well. Additional adjustments, Balance Hero has been adjusted. Hero Boost maximum minimum values for power gain from this skill have been raised. Hero Counter, during the Hero Counter, Hero Boost has its maximum power value increased, and Precision Attack Critical rate has been increased. Quest triggers have been added to Rising Weapon Badge 4 Exchange Shop as well. Unique Badge Exchange Shop and new items are on sale. New ARKS Missions, Time Attack Quests. These rewards 3 7-star units with several augments, very helpful for new and returning players. New functions available for Scratch Ticket prize list, and then account character creation limit has increased to 30. So guys, there is so much here to do, see, and dive in. November 25th is the date. So get ready to rock and roll, and hopefully you enjoy your time returning to Phantasy Star Online 2, continue your adventure in Phantasy Star 2, or looking forward to the future with New Genesis here in 2021. For Ginger Prime, my name is Brian. You are amazing. Thanks for being here. Whether you're a subscriber or not, I'm just glad you made it here to the end of this video. If you did, sound off in the comments with Rappy Woohoo. That way I know you made it to the end of this video and we can all have a good laugh, and everybody else who sees the comment will be very, very confused. So thank you guys. You were awesome. Have a great and fantastic day. I hope to see you in my next video, but until then, take care. This video is sponsored by me, Ginger Prime. Hopefully you'll check out my podcast channel, Ginger Gaming Radio, which we have lots of guests, lots of great conversations, and even more highlights. Links are in the description below. Let me know what you think. Thanks.